Good afternoon, everyone. We'd like to bring this Orangeburg County Council meeting of September 2nd, 2025 to order. I'm going to ask Councilman Ravenel to give us a moment of thanks before we proceed.
Let us bow our head in the word of prayer. Father God, we want to thank everyone for coming out to our meeting to share some information and the information that they're about to receive. Father God, we pray that all of the information that we give to the knowledge, best of our knowledges, be for the reception of the people that are here and within our county. Father, we want to thank you for being our God who knows everything, sees all things, and can do all things. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so very much, Mr. Ravenel. I hope each and every one of the councilmen have had the opportunity to look at the minutes of the August 18th meeting. And if you note any changes, please note it at this time. If not, I would appreciate a motion in a second that those minutes be received.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Moved by Mr. McAllister and second by Ms. Frazier that the minutes of the August 18th meeting be received as written. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, the motion will carry. Again, good afternoon to everyone in the public. Thank you for coming to our meeting tonight. As you know, for those of you who may not have attended any of our meeting, we have public comments at the beginning of our meeting. And we have public comments in two areas. We have public comments of agenda items, and we have public comments of other matters. Public comments of agenda item, if that agenda item have a public hearing portion of it, you will wait until you get to that particular item before you comment. But for all other items, when I open the floor for public comments of agenda items, please approach the mic over there, state your name for the clerk, for the record, and remember that public comment is comments. We listen to what you say. We do not get into a conversation unless we need information, and we will yield to the staff to clarify something for you. So at this time, I'm going to open the floor for public comments of agenda items, please. Hearing none.
Hello, everyone. My name is Matia Ellis. I'm here on behalf of Knights Ready Mix. I just want to speak on things about Knights. Since I've been with the company, they have welcomed me with open arms. They assured me that they are very family oriented. They're there for their people, their community. And throughout the process of me being trained properly, I built a family with Knights. I believe that Knights, when they expand, if they ever do expand more into Orangeburg County, I think that they will I'm sure that they will bring more job opportunities to people in Orangeburg County, and they will also bring family. Like I've said, that since I've started working here, they have welcomed me with open arms. We make sure that we deliver the proper and correct material to all our customers. We build relationships with our customers as well every day on a daily basis. I really appreciate Knights. I never thought that I would be driving a concrete mixer. So it was something new to me, and they made sure that I was very comfortable and willing, and I made sure that I knew what to do at the job. And like I said, they're family now. So this is my second family, and I'm pretty sure if we come to Orangeburg County, hopefully y'all will be family too. And we will welcome y'all to Ready Knights Mix, as hoping that you will welcome us as well. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Ellis. We appreciate the comment. Anyone else?
What was your first name?
Matia. Matia Ellis.
Could you spell that for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Go back to the mic for me, thank you.
I got the last name, I didn't get the first, but I couldn't spell it.
It's MiteyA.
Okay, that's a new one on it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Young folks, oh, you these new names. They're different. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you. We'll close the comments on agenda items and open it for public comments of other matters. Anything at all that you'd like to speak to.
Good evening, Orangeburgers. Good evening, honorable council persons. My name is Cecil Williams, and I'm representing the South Carolina Civil Rights Museum being built right here in Orangeburg, that beautiful building going up at the corner of Boulevard and Russell. At the present stage of construction, the South Carolina Civil Rights Museum is approximately 60 to 90 days from completion, so we've been told. Thanks very much to County Council for what will soon become America's newest civil rights museum. Very soon we will face a critical step of transforming an empty building into a living museum. That process, fabricating and installing the exhibits that tell the stories, will take approximately, and this is my estimate, 6 to 9 months. When we begin operation, it will require substantial financial resources. Without support, the museum will be crippled. Not a world-class institution like Orangeburg and South Carolina deserves. Recently, it's come to my attention that the $450,000 line item support we asked the county for was turned down. Therefore, I'm here tonight to renew my appeal for Orangeburg County's support. The figure represents only the minimum required to operate the new 10,000 square foot museum at 111 Boulevard. With one additional staff person working, more than working for us now at the museum, our annual expenses are estimated to be $450,000. The question must be asked, how can we sustain a world-class museum without city and county support? If we are indeed creating a world-class museum, how can we expect to build greatness out of nothing, or make something extraordinary out of nothing? Across South Carolina, the nation, other cultural institutions like the one we have in Orangeburg are similar to ours. They receive county and city support. So why should the Orangeburg Civil Rights Museum, uniquely positioned at the railroad corner, be left to struggle alone? There's no way possible we can do this alone. The value we bring to Orangeburg is undeniable. Conservative estimates show the museum will attract 200,000 visitors annually. At just $100 per visitor in spending, that is $20 million injected in the local economy every year, with potential to reach 30 to 40 million if more visitors stay over.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Anyone else have any comments? Mr. Sid.
Hello, yes, sir.
How you doing
Sid
today?
Gaw.
Yes, sir, Mr. Sid Gaw.
Council, Chairman, how are y'all?
Good.
We've talked about numbers in the past, but I want to update some numbers here. This is October 31st, almost a year, 2024. Encore outpatient services, gambling addiction. We know it's real, we've talked about it. We know addictions are real. They estimate between 1.2 and 6.2% of Americans are estimated to be problem gamblers. That equates to 10 to 20 million people. If you just think of it in the aspect of South Carolina, that's the entire population of South Carolina, which is just over 5.3 million. Anyone want to guess which state leads the pack? It's not Nevada, the gambling capital of the nation. It's Oklahoma with 62%. Which state's number 3? They've gambled there. The anniversary will be 28 years this month. North Carolina, 5.5% gambling addiction problems. Nevada is number 2, by the way, at 6%. There's different types of gambling, obviously, in different states and whatnot. Age groups. The young population is 4 to 5% of adolescents exhibit signs of gambling problems. And an estimated 10 to 14% of high school students are at risk for gambling issues. All of these exceed the group that's got the largest number of people in it as far as percentages. Ages 55 and older is only 0.5% gambling addiction. Why? Maybe the way they were raised in the beginning, maybe the freedoms they had. But the American Association of Retired Persons, AARP, says that it is the fastest growing segment of people with gambling issues, even though it has that small percentage right now. But there are co-dependencies or co-conditions that are associated with gambling. Depression, 55 to 60% of individuals have that going on also. And we see that with other addictions across the board. But all of these, substance abuse, 30 to 50% of the individuals with addictions, all of this complicates their treatment. And the legalization of online gambling, which in 2018 further contributed to this. So all of these numbers include COVID, by the way. But the National Council on Problem Gambling reported a 30% increase in gambling problems since sports betting was legalized. Globally, 81% of problem gamblers participate in online gambling. That's next. Save those numbers for later. Thank you much.
Thank you, Mr. Goff. Anyone else has any comments?
Good evening. Mr. Chair and Councilman, my name is Barbara Johnson Williams, 1843 Lake Drive. I have a couple of concerns, but the biggest one today is we've had a commercial vehicle in our neighborhood for about a year. The ordinance passed, and I have called. I've sent pictures of the truck where it has been eroding the sides of the road and the neighborhood. So haven't been able to get a response. So I'm just here tonight to see if anything has been done. Will something be done? And if so, will we be notified? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. I'll have staff look into what the enforcement is and what can or can't be done. Anyone else? Hearing none, we will close our comment portion of our agenda, and we will go into our regular agenda. First item on the agenda is the proclamations proclaiming Fairy Tales Not So Fairy Day in honor of Brittany Lashley Holman, and I'll yield to Mr. Garvin to read that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Proclaim recommendation Fairy Tale Not So Fairy today in honor of Miss Brittany LaShawn Holman, whereas in the heart of Norway, South Carolina, a vision was born, not of caste and crown, but of hope and real family facing real life challenges. And whereas I am the lavish foundation by Brittany LaShawn Holman, believe that every family deserves a chance to rewrite their stories, even when the beginning was far from happiness and ever after. Whereas annually Fairy Tale Not So Fairy community give back a transformation experience to meet families where they are, offering dignity, encouragement, tangible resources including bras, bra fitting, hygiene product, thoughtful preparing care packages, and empowering opportunity. And whereas this initiative that behind every fairy tale image, there's often untold struggles. And the true community strength is built by addressing these challenges with compassion, unity, and action. And whereas the County of Orangeburg Fund provides the program that provide particular assistance while inspiring relentless self-worth and renewing senseless possibility for youth and all their families. Now, therefore, be it resolved, I, Joseph Garvin, Constable of District 4, Orangeburg, South Carolina, hereby proclaim September the 6th of every year as a fairy tale, not so fairy day, and out of Brittany, LaShawn Holland. I encourage all residents to join in on the work to uplift the family, champion dignity for all, and support initiatives turn real-life challenges into stories of strength and transformation. In witness thereof, I have herefore set my hands and caused the seal of Orangeburg County to be affixed on the 2nd day of September in 2025. County Councilman Johnny Wright, Joseph Garvin, District 4, County Petit, Clerk of Council.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Garvin. Can I get a motion in a second, too?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Frazier and second by Mr. McCaster that we pass the proclamation as read by Councilman Garvin. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? The ayes have it. The motion is carried.
We want to take a picture with them. Come on, Miss Brittany. And the rest of your foundation. And the rest of your foundation. And the rest of your foundation. Come on up. Come on. Don't be afraid. Can we get a picture? This is. Don't be afraid. Step over there. Somebody gotta take a picture. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
Everything said?
I'm just grateful. Thank you so much.
Put your microphone to say, because everybody wants to hear.
Oh. Today I would like to say thank you so much, Mr. Garvin. He has watched me since I've been a young girl, but when I used to eat liver pudding only. I used to walk for that liver pudding in Springfield. But I am so grateful today, and I really, 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 really just want to say thank you not only to him, but every person that said yes, because there could have been a no. So I'm looking forward to just impacting not only Norway, but every surrounding area in Orangeburg County. And I thank you all for the opportunity.
All right.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Garvin, Ms. Brittany. The next item on the agenda is ordinance. And we have third reading on 4 ordinances. So, item number 2. This one is the third and final reading is the consideration of a request from Justin Albright to rezone property on Gardner Boulevard in Holly Hill. Tax map number 0333 00-04-001 from Forest Agriculture District to Business Industrial District. Mr. Administrator, for those who may not have been here at the first 2 readings, could you summarize that, please, sir?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. The Planning Commission met on July 9, 2025 to discuss the recommendation from Mr. Justin Albright. He's requested to go from business to industrial, from agriculture to business and industrial. The site is made up of 1.30 acres. The adjacent property owners were notified via U.S. mail about the planning commission meeting. They were given the opportunity to submit comments electronically, via email, via phone, or in attendance. There were 0 citizens to express their support, 0 citizens to express their opposition, and the planning commission presents this to you with a 6-0 approval.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Administrator. Could I get a motion and a second to pass third reading on this, please?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Ravenel and second by Mr. Garvin that we pass third and final reading on item 2. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, motion carried. Item number 3 is also third reading. It says for the consideration of a request from Dexter Latson to rezone property at Rondo Road in Utahville. Tax map number 0358-19-001 from residential single-family district to residential general district. Mr. Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Planning Commission met on July 9th, 2025 to discuss the recommendations from Mr. Dexter Latson at Rondo Road, Utahville. He's requesting to go from residential single district to residential general district for the purpose of setting up a mobile home. The lot is made up of 2.07 acres and the property is currently undeveloped. The adjacent property owners were notified via U.S. mail. They were given opportunity to submit comments by email, by phone, or attending the meeting in person. There was 1 citizen that expressed their support and 16 citizens who signed a petition of support. There were 0 citizens who expressed opposition. Planning Commission presents this to you with a 6-0 approval.
Thank you so very much, sir. Could I get a motion and second to pass?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Garvin, second by Ms. Frazier, that we pass third reading on item 3. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, motion carried. Thank you so much. Item number 4, also a third reading. It says for the consideration of a request from Jackie Valentine Jr. to rezone property at 112 Fago Lane in Orangeburg, tax map number 0139-00-03-001 from residential single district to rural community district. Mr. Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. The Planning Commission met on July 9th, 2025 to discuss the recommendations from Mr. Valentine Jr. at 1112 Figureway Lane. He's requesting to go from residential single family to residential community district. The site is made up of 0.71 acres and the lot has access from Figureway Lane. The property is undeveloped. The adjacent property owners were notified via U.S. mail about the Planning Commission meeting. They were given the opportunity to submit comments electronically via email, via phone, in writing, to the planning director, or attend in person. There were 0 citizens that requested his support. There were 0 citizens that expressed opposition. Planning Commission presents this to you with a 6-0 approval.
Thank you, sir. Could I get a motion and a second for pass the third reading on this in District 6?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Frazier and second by Ms. Walker that we pass third reading on item 4. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Item 5 is the last one for third reading. It says for the consideration of a request from Leroy Williams to rezone property at 4128 North Road in Orangeburg, tax map number 0143-15-01-005 from Forest Agriculture District to Commercial General District. Mr. Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Planning Commission met on July 9th, 2025 for the request from Leroy Williams at 4128 North Road. He's requesting forest and agriculture to commercial general district for the purpose of an auto sales business. The site is made of 1.31 acres, has access from North Road. Property is currently undeveloped. The adjacent property owners were notified via U.S. mail about the planning commission meeting. They were given opportunity to submit comments electronically via email, via phone, in writing to the planning director, or in person. There were 0 citizens that gave their support, and there was 1 citizen that gave their opposition. Planning Commission presents this to you with a 6-0 approval.
Thank you, sir. This is District 5. Could I get a motion and a second for? Second. Moved by Ms. Cooper Smith and second by Mr. Lawrence Frazier that we pass third reading on item 5. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Motion is carried. Next one is item number 6 is this is second reading and public hearing also. So, and it's an ordinance amending the Orangeburg County Code of Ordinance Chapter 6, Buildings and Building Regulations, Article 4, Technical Code, Section 6.14, 6.14.1, 6.14.2, to provide for the adoption of technical codes, building permit, rates, demolition rates, house building, moving rates, and temporary signs, and Article 8, manufacturer and modular homes, Section 6-94, 1 prerequisite to licensing of manufactured homes. I will yield to the attorney for a summary for those who may not have been here first reading, and then I'll open the floor for public hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The law of the state of South Carolina requires that if a county wants to regulate building construction, then it needs to pass certain building codes. And those building codes are statutorily authorized by an entity known as the Building Codes Council. The Buildings Code Council has updated the versions of the various codes that are to be in use. And there is a typographical error in the ordinance you have before you. We're asking this to go into effect on January 1, 2026, which is what the state recommends. And so the bottom line is, if Orangeburg County wants to use building codes, then it needs to pass this ordinance. Otherwise, you cannot enforce building codes in Orangeburg County effective in January.
Thank you very much, Madam Attorney. Anyone, I'm open the floor for public hearing. Anyone have any comments or questions? Hearing none?
Madam Attorney, you said this is an amendment, right?
Yes.
To what we are, okay.
Any other comments? Yes, ma'am?
I have a question.
You got a question, come up.
Good evening. My name is Judy Sorelli. I actually represent the Manufactured Housing Institute of South Carolina. And my question is, what is the typographical error and what does it affect?
The typographical error in the ordinance is that I had stated that these codes would take effect on January 1st, 2023, and it's supposed to say 2026. And that's repeated in 2 paragraphs. But other than that, the ordinance is accurate.
Okay, so there's no changes to Orangeburg's codes, it's the state codes. There's nothing that, I'm trying to think of the word, I apologize. The amendment, there's no amending current code, just a typographical error.
No. And I'm going to let our building official, who's standing behind you, come up and address that, because it's specific to his area.
Okay,
I know what questions you're looking for.
thank you.
Good evening, Council.
Good evening.
The modifications to the code, every 3 years, the Building Codes Council updates the code from the International Code Council. That's the code set we use. We're currently on the 2021. With this amendment passing, we'll transfer to the 2024. There's some technical issues inside the code in the way we construct buildings, both residential and commercial. So this is a normal procedure for us. It keeps us up to date with changing technologies in construction. As far as manufactured homes in this particular ordinance, the only thing that we have changed in this as far as mobile homes go is a $10 fee for a decal, and that's because the cost of the yellow tax decal that we were doing exceeded the $5 that we were originally charging. It was actually costing us significantly more to buy that yellow sticker. So that's the only part of that amendment that we're making, is a $10 fee for a mobile home decal.
Any other, is that, Mr. Sorelli, good?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Stewart. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Attorney. We appreciate you. There's no other. Could we have a motion and second reading?
So move for second reading, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Garvin, second by Ms. Frazier for second reading on item 6. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it. Motion is carried. Next item also is second reading, and it is item number 7, and it's for the consideration of a request from KRM Land LLC to rezone property on 5 Chopper Road in Santee. Tax map number 0308-00-06-003 from Commercial General District to Business Industrial District. Mr. Administrator, that's yours or that's?
Yes, sir, that's me.
Okay.
The planning commission met on July 9, 2025 to discuss the recommendations from KRM Land LLC to request to go from commercial general district to business industrial district for the purpose of a concrete batch plan. The property is underdeveloped. It is made up of 5.7 acres and it has primary access from 5 Chop Road. The adjacent property owners were notified via U.S. mail about the planning commission meeting. They were given opportunity to submit comments electronically via email, via phone, and to submit in writing via the planning director or attend the meeting in purpose. There were 0 citizens that expressed their support. There were 5 citizens that expressed their opposition. Planning Commission recommends this to you after public hearing and discussion with a 5-to-1 approval.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Administrator. If there's no other question, could I get a... Yes, sir, Mr. Ravenel.
This ordinance, prior to approving, I'll ask our attorney to make sure that it be stated that the owners of the ready mix plant be held accountable for the vegetation and fencing and all this come along with. I'm sure it's going to be in the package. I just want to make sure it's being enforced. And I was assured by the owner that it would be. That makes.
That's actually taken care of administratively, and I believe Preston Long is here, who deals with all of that type of information. But that's gonna happen automatically.
I just want to be sure. That's the thing.
Councilman, so when a project for like a commercial use is approved, it has to go through planning and zoning. So we would do a site plan review and they would be required to submit landscape drawings for what they plan to plant on the property. We would hold them to the minimum standards of ordinance and they would not receive a certificate of completion which would allow them to operate on the site until all landscaping was installed.
Thank you for that. My reason for that, I was hearing some things from the citizen lives in that area. And I just want to make sure all of that be applicable. So,
Yes, sir.
the vote for the planning commission recommendation. Thank you.
Can I get a second?
That is in the formal portion.
Okay. Can I get a second?
Second.
Moved by Mr. Ravenel and second by Ms. Frazier for second reading on item 7. All in favor of it, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion is carried. Item 8 is also second reading, and it's an ordinance authorizing amendment of Chapter 13, Article 2 of the Orangeburg County Code of Ordinance, titled Orangeburg County Waste Tire Policy, to align the same with the 2025 amendment of the South Carolina Code, Section 44-96-170E and F, relating to waste tires and other related matters, including identification of sites in the county for collection of waste tires and restrictions applicable to waste tire haulers, tire retailers, and automobile dismantles. Madam Attorney?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And if I had my wish, I would wish somebody from the state legislature was here. On this particular subject, last time I had to deal with this subject was 2010, and I think I went into therapy for it, and this brought it all back. And, you know, as council is aware, the state legislature did change the waste tire statute to allow for certain things. Our problem is most of the county attorneys have no idea what those changes are. They're written there. We've looked for assistance from DHEC/DES. They put together some policy guidelines, a multi-page, maybe 7-page, and then could not make that public. And then they went to a fact sheet, and that was 1 or 2 pages, and they couldn't make that public because it's not as clear as one might think what was done legislatively. But because it's been since 2010 since the county has reviewed its waste tire policy, we wanted to look at it and did look at it administratively, which was reported to the Public Works Committee the last time y'all had a meeting, about what we think should be changed with the waste tire policy that we currently have, regardless of what the state has changed. So these are interim changes, and we're continuing to study the waste tire legislation to come up with a final ordinance that will replace the one that we have. As soon as DHEC or DS or the legislature tells us exactly what it is that the legislation says. So right now, these interim changes are 2. The first one is, according to the Public Works Committee recommendation, that the county no longer accept waste tires at the convenience sites. The waste tires would have to be brought to the landfill. And then the second change is that waste tires will not be accepted from waste tire haulers, tire dealers, or automobile dismantlers when a legally compliant alternate site is available within 30 miles. I made the 30 miles up. Okay. What we had talked about is there is a facility opening in Calhoun County that we believe would be appropriate for these tires to go to from massive haulers. And so if that does in fact open, we would want to, instead of accepting them at our landfill, then putting them back on a truck and taking them over to Calhoun County, let us just tell those 3 categories of haulers to just take them directly over to that Calhoun facility. And unless that Calhoun facility opens, there will be no change in how we accept tires from those particular.
Madam Attorney, I hope we don't have an influx of tires distributed beside the roads and in the wooded areas, literally, because of this.
One would have to hope that people would follow the law, but if you are familiar with some of the statistics that we've got on waste tires that were brought out to the convenience sites, the convenience sites were supposed to be able to be used by people who are individuals. I go have my tire changed out, I take my other one over to it. Well, nobody actually takes their tires home with them. They leave it with the tire folks. And that is dealt with in a different section. But we were having thousands of tires delivered quarterly to the convenience sites by, quote, individuals, because they could bring up to 15 tires. There is a belief, and we'll see if this comes to fruition, that once we make folks actually show up at the landfill and prove that they are Orangeburg County residents, and that these are compliant waste tires, that number may go way, way down. And at this time, we have an issue with DHEC and DES that they're working with us on to clean up the waste tires we have out at the landfill that are not compliant. We have mud in them, water in them, etc. And so that puts them in a different category. And so this has been brought to our attention that we need to police the bringing in of waste tires to the landfill or the convenience sites better than we have.
Any other questions? Thank you so very much, Madam Attorney, for that thorough explanation. I think we needed that so that we can understand what we're dealing with. Thank you so much. If there are any other, if there's no other, could I get a motion and a second?
So moved, sir.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Cooper Smith, second by Ms. Frazier for second read on item 8 as explained by the attorney. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, motion is carried. Item 9 is an ordinance first reading by title only, and this is an ordinance authorizing the execution and delivery of the fee rule of capital and tax between, by and between Orangeburg County, a company known to the county as Project Edisto, including any related or affiliated entities and any sponsors, affiliates who provide for payment of a fee in lieu of tax and certain special source revenue credits, authorizing the conveyance of real property from the county to Project Edisto, and addressing other related matters. I think this is Mr. Madam Attorney, that's you, right? Okay.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, it is only because the Orangeburg County Development Commission representative could not be here tonight due to a scheduling conflict. So I was asked if I might summarize it because it's by title only. At this time, the name of the actual prospect remains confidential, and we understand that the South Carolina Commerce Department is going to make an announcement on the project approximately October 7th. And at that time, the name will be revealed to the general public. This would be a new facility located on land bordered by the Orangeburg Municipal Airport and Prosperity Drive. This property is currently owned by the county, and as part of the incentive agreement, the county would transfer at no cost the acreage, and I'm looking for the acreage real quick here. Instead, all I've got, I think it's 20 acres. This used to be in use by Eca Granules, which is no longer in service. It's a manufacturing facility. It's going to process wood chips to produce wood vinegar to be used as a fungicide and a pesticide for orchard products and organic farming, and syngas to be distilled into a renewable diesel fuel, and biochar to be used as an agricultural additive. Actually, I have no idea what I just said, but that is officially what the company has approved us saying about it. Capital investment is $248,200,000. The number of jobs is approximately 155 new jobs over a 5-year period. In exchange for locating that project in Orangeburg County, Orangeburg County will offer a 30-year fee in lieu of tax agreement, with the millage being $411.3 for the entire 30-year period and a 6% assessment ratio. There will be an SSRC throughout the life of this project. Year 1 through 5, 55%, year 6 through 15, 40%, and year 16 through 30, 25%. They want to be in a multi-county industrial park, which we've asked to do that with Dorchester County, since we regularly do business with them. And of course, the land that I mentioned before, that's going to, where the project will be located, and that is something that the county will give. There it is, 20.35 acres. There are state incentives, but I'm not going to go over them because you have no control over those. But there are some state incentives also. And that is a summary of Project Edisto.
Thank you so very much, again, for the summary. And no matter if you don't know what you're saying, as long Finally, the job comes, that'd be fine, the investments. I appreciate it. Can I get a motion and a second for first reading by title only?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Mr. McAllister and second by Ms. Frazier, that we have first reading by title only. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, motion is carried. Item number 10 is first reading and a public hearing. This is an order authorizing Orangeburg County to lease to the United States Department of Agriculture Farm Service Administration a portion of the property commonly referred to as 1550 Hemley Street, Orangeburg, South Carolina, tax map number 0173-13-12-004. And I'll yield to, I think that's another attorney for that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This lease is for some space in what we refer to as the Ag Building at 1550 Henley. And between the time that this ordinance was submitted for first reading and today, we received some updated information, which will be updated in the ordinance when we have our next reading. But basically, it's this: since 2003, USDA, the Farm Service Administration, has been renting 6,601 rentable square feet of property in that building. And they want to continue to do that through December 31 of 2030. And the annual rent will be $56,109.53, payable at the rate of $4,675.79 per month.
Thank you so much. Floor is now for public hearing. If anyone has any questions or comment at this time? Hearing none, could I get a motion and a second for first reading?
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Garvin, second by Ms. Walker for first reading on item 10 as explained by the attorney. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, motion is carried. Item number 11 is an ordinance in first reading also. And this is an ordinance to amend the Orangeburg County Code of Ordinance, Chapter 20, Health and Sanitation, Article 3, Regional Medical Center of Orangeburg and Calhoun Counties, Division 1, generally, and Division 2, Executive Committee Powers and Government. Madam Attorney?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. This ordinance was drawn up by and is recommended by the management of the lessor of the hospital, which is the MUSC. And it is our understanding that it has been cleared through Representative Gildicott Hunter, who you may recall was instrumental in getting that facility leased from Calhoun and Orangeburg counties over to MUSC. One of the points that was very important to that representative was that we have something called a constituency advisory board. This was her idea. It's been in existence. But we now understand that the constituency advisory board has fulfilled its purposes. And therefore, there are essentially two things that this ordinance does. The first one is it eliminates the constituency advisory board because it is no longer necessary. At least that's what's been reported to me. No offense to the people who are on it, but they have fulfilled their role. And that would also include internal changes where they had people on the executive committee. They had people who were supposed to do certain things. Of course, those things would also be changed. And then the second change is to increase the number of executive committee members that this council appoints from 2 to 4. And those are all the changes for the ordinance.
Any questions from council? All right. Can I get a motion in second?
So moved, Mr.
I have a
Chair.
question.
Oh, I'm sorry, let's see that.
I was processing.
Oh, you were processing, okay.
So so they're gonna basically do away with the current board. And
Now, this is the constituency advisory board, which was a purely voluntary.
but they're gonna do away with that board.
Yes.
And then their
wanting us to appoint members to.
2 additional members to the executive committee, which will now have all the influence, including what was in CAB.
Any other questions? Okay. Again, can I get a motion and a second?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Frazier and second by Mr. Garvin for first reading on item 11, as explained by the attorney. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Item number 12 is a planning commission resolution and an ordinance first reading. Said for the consideration of a request from Matthew Sturmo to rezone property at 2212 State Park Road in Santee. Tax map number 0307-00-02-077, excuse me. And 0307-00-02-058, residential single-family district to general commercial district. Mr. Administrator, is that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Planning Commission met on August 13th, 2025 to discuss this recommendation from Mr. Matthew Sprimmel. He wants to rezone property at 2212 State Park Road. He's requesting to go from residential single family to commercial general for the purpose of a RV boat storage and propane refill station. The site is made up of 2 parcels with a calculated 3.04 acres. The property is the formerly location of the Lone Star Barbecue. The adjacent property owners were notified via U.S. mail about the Planning Commission meeting. They were given the opportunity to submit comments electronically via email, via phone, in writing to the planning director, or attend in person. There were 6 citizens that expressed their support. There were 2 citizens that expressed their opposition and 2 written oppositions. The Planning Commission, after public hearing and discussion, made a motion to recommend this to you with a 6-0 approval.
Thank you, sir. Any questions from any council members? Hearing none, could I get a motion and a second for passage of item number 12?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Ravenel, the district advising, and second by either Ms. Walker or Ms. Frazier. Take your pick. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, motion is carried. Thank you so much. Item number 13. Say for the consideration of a request from Wilbur B. and Tonzel E. Schuler to rezone property at 1320-1393 Myers Road in Orangeburg. Tax map number 0182-13-12-014 from commercial district to rural community district. Mr. Administrator?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. The Planning Commission met on August 13th, 2025 to discuss the recommendations of Mr. Wilbur B. and Tonzel E. Schuler. They're requesting to go from commercial general to a rural community for the purpose of allowing a single-wide mobile homes to be placed in an existing mobile home park. The property is made up of 17.02 acres, and the lot has access from Myers Road. Property is grandfathered manufactured home park. The adjacent property owners were notified via U.S. mail. They were given opportunities to make comments electronically, to call directly via phone, in writing, or attend the meeting in person. There was 1 citizen that expressed their support. There were 0 citizens expressed their opposition. Planning Commission recommended this to you with a 6-0 approval.
You heard the administrator, so if there's no question, can I get a motion second for first reading on item 13?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Frazier and second by Ms. Walker that we pass first reading on item 13 as explained by the administrator. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, motion is carried. Item 14 is also first reading for the consideration of a request from Shad Shirley to rezone property at 1035 Chapel Road in Orangeburg, tax map number 0183-05-00-013, from Forest Agriculture District to Residential General District. Mr. Administrator.
Yes, sir. The Planning Commission met August 13, 2025 to discuss the recommendations from Mr. Chad Shirley at 1035 Chop Road. He's requesting to go from Forest and Agriculture District to residential single-family district for the purpose of a residential neighborhood with 60-foot lots. The property is currently undeveloped. The adjacent property owners were notified via U.S. mail about the Planning Commission meeting. They were given the opportunity to submit their comments electronically, via email, via phone, in writing, or directly to the Planning Commission or to attend in person. There were 0 citizens to express their support. There were 3 citizens to express their opposition. Planning Commission presents this to you with a 5-1 denial.
Thank you so very much. Is there any questions? If not, could I get a motion second to follow the Planning Commission recommendation?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Ms. Cooper Smith, second by Mr. Walker, that we follow the Planning Commission recommendation as explained by the administrator on item 14. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion is carried. We have 3 resolutions, item 15, 16, 17, and starting with item 15. It's a resolution committing to negotiate a fee in lieu of ad valorem tax agreement between Orangeburg County and Project Ediscoe, identifying the project and other matters related thereto. And I think, Madam Attorney, this is just an addition to the resolution to the first reading of the right?
This resolution is related to the ordinance. The ordinance, of course, deals with the project itself. This particular resolution is good news. And the reason I say it's good news is because it has been asked for by the prospect, and it means that the date that this resolution goes into effect, which will be tonight, they can start investing and have those investments count toward this project. And that definitely means that they are planning to move on the project as soon as possible. So this just sets tonight as the date by which they can start taking advantage of the tax situation that these projects get.
Thank you so much, Madam Attorney. Could I get a motion second for passing item 15?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Moved by Mr. McCaster and second by Ms. Frazier that we pass item 15 as explained by the attorney. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Item 16 is also a resolution. And this is the resolution authorizing the County of Orangeburg and the Orangeburg County Sheriff's Office to enter into an agreement from time to time with various schools located in Orangeburg County using a form security detail services contract. Madam Attorney.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. This council is very familiar with SRO, or Security Resource Officer contracts. The point of this particular contract is to establish a form whereby the sheriff's office does not have to come back to county council to ask for authorization to provide security services to schools that requested, for which the sheriff already has the staff necessary to manage. And the contract is a form that you've approved already this year specifically for Orangeburg County School District and for Orangeburg Prep. Currently, there are several schools that have received notice that they have grants, including the Willie Jeffries School, that have now asked if they could also sign such an agreement. So that is the point is to have a form agreement that's been allowed by you guys, as long as the sheriff, by his signature, and that's what's in it, is saying that he has the staff to go ahead and do that work.
Thank you so very much. Yes, sir, Ms. Randolph.
To my understanding, the school actually pays the resource officer.
They pay the county and the county pays them.
Yes.
Any other questions? Can I get a motion to second to pass item 16?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Garvin and second by Ms. Walker that we pass item 16 as explained by the attorney. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, and the motion is carried. Item 17 is also a resolution that says a resolution authorizing Orangeburg County to enter into an easement agreement regarding a parcel of property known in the Orangeburg County tax map system as 0111-00-01-002 for the public purpose of restoring access to a portion of Fairview Road. Madam Attorney, that's you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And if this seems very familiar to council, it's because you just recently dealt with a parallel situation. This particular road, Fairview Road, is maintained by the county. In November 7th and 8th of 2024, we had a significant rain event that washed out the parts of the road, Fairview Road, that go over two different dams. The dams are privately owned. And so the purpose of what you're passing tonight is to open the second part of the road. A couple of meetings ago, you approved this very same thing where the landowner pays for replacing the dam that was damaged, and the county pays for putting the road over the dam. And the landowner would give us the right to go on and continue to maintain it. So we did one dam, now we're doing the other, and that will bring the access to Fairview Road right back to the way it was before the storm.
Thank you so much. Any questions? If not, could I get a motion second for passage of item 17?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Garvin and second by Ms. Frazier that we pass item 17 or a resolution as explained by the attorney. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Next item on the agenda is recommendation from the Tax and Tourism Committee. This is a year to Mr. Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. The Orangeburg County Tax and Tourism Committee met on August 26, 2025 for their regular quarterly meeting. The following recommendations were made. They recommended funds for advertising and marketing plan for Santee Cooper in the amount of $20,000. The town of Holly Hill for advertisement for the Holly Hill Christmas Festival in the amount of $3,000. South Carolina State University for sponsorships in the football coaches show for $50,000. The Orangeburg County Fair requesting portions for security in the amount of $10,000. Orangeburg County Fine Arts Center funds requesting for terrorist marketing program in the amount of $4,200. Total funds requested $87,200.
We've heard the explanation from the administrator. Council, if you have any questions, please ask.
Yes, sir, I have a question. What's that Orangeburg County Fair Art is requesting fund for lunch in the terrace market program?
That's the Orangeburg County Fine Arts Center, the one next to the river,
Yeah.
to the gardens. Yes, ma'am, they asked the committee to request funds for a lunch in the arts program, and that's a terrace marketing program, which they will be doing that on the terrace of the Arts Center.
Oh, okay.
Any other questions? If not, could I get a motion second to accept the recommendation that was just explained by the administrator from the Tax and Tourism Committee?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Cooper Smith and second by Ms. Frazier that we accept that recommendation that was explained to us. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Next item is procurement. We have two, one A and B. Procurement of fiscal year 26-0805 Orangeburg County Council on Aging Facility Project. Mr. Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. The Orangeburg County requested proposals for the aging facility. The request for proposal was advertised on Orangeburg County website and bidnet.com. Proposals were due August 5th, 2025, and the county received 5 proposals. The proposals received from Burnell Lamans Engineering was submitted to provide construction materials, testing, special services at $175 weekly for inspection and $10,000 for opinion costs. After state and local preferences were given, the recommendation from the facilities director, Mr. Tim Seagrave, is that we award the project to Lynn Rich Contract in the amount of $2,018,108.
You've heard the explanation from the administrator. Y'all have any questions? Hearing none, can I get a motion and second that we accept the recommendation?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Cooper Smith and second by Ms. Walker that we accept the proposal on the Orangeburg County Council on Aging Facility Project as explained by the administrator. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers to it? Ayes have it, and the motion is carried. Thank you. Item B is also a procurement. This is fiscal year 26-0811. Orangeburg County Agriculture Building HVAC project. Mr. Administrator.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Orangeburg County requested proposals to upgrade the HVAC at the Orangeburg County Agricultural Building. The request for proposals were advertised on Orangeburg County website, bidnet.com, and the proposals were due August 11, 2025. County received 1 proposal. The local, state, and MPA preferences were given, and the responsible bidder was deemed responsible. We had a recommendation from the engineering consultant that the bid was within the limits of the expected cost. And with that, the facility maintenance director approves that we accept the proposal from Palmetto Air and Chiller Service for the amount of $625,600.
Any questions? Hearing none, could I get a motion and second that we accept the recommendation of that have just explained to us on the HVAC project?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Frazier and second by Mr. Garvin that we accept the project bid as explained by the administrator. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Ayes have it, motion is carried. The next item on the board is appointment of boards, commissions, and committees, and we have 1 appointment from, for the Orangeburg County Zoning Board of Appeals, District 5. And I would like to, Mr. Administrator, I yield to District 5 person, Ms. Smith, to do that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Since no one, to my knowledge, has applied, I suggest that we carry this forward.
Got a motion that we carry forward, or we don't have to, I guess, it's moved that we carry forward. The next item on the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, Mr.
Yes, we
Child's
did.
information was in the packet.
Packet, yes.
Oh,
I thought it was, but I
Yeah.
didn't.
I didn't see it, I thought. Okay, well, that's the name that you submitted to me?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
Okay,
I can bring it to you if you
Okay.
want me to.
I didn't see this. Is that Troy? Mr. Chairman and Council, I recommend that we appoint Mr. David Child to the Board of Zoning, the County Zoning Board and Appeals Committee.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's moved by Mr. Cooper Smith that we appoint Mr. Chow as second by either Mr. Frazier or Mr. Ravenel, that we accept that. So all in favor of it, please say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Ayes have it. The motion is carried. The next item on the agenda is a vote for executive session, and it's under the code 30-4-70, A1 and 2, discussion of employment, receipt of legal advice for the county administrator's duty. That will be what we will be discussing in the executive session. And there will be no voting after that, so when we leave out that, we will adjourn. At this time, before I ask for a motion for adjournment, does anyone have anything they need to say?
Yes, I want to say something. We have in our attendance someone who's on the board of South Carolina State University. Ruby, you knew I was going to do it, so raise your hand or you can stand up. Welcome, and please tell the rest of the folk at South Carolina State to please come to some of our meetings. And his twin brother, Hansel, raise your hand, please. And he's an employee over at Claflin, so we got one at South Carolina State and got one at Claflin. Two brothers. Thank you all for coming, and don't just stop. Please come again.
We'd like to recognize Dr. Myla, of course, he's a regular, he's not a stranger. Dr. Lawrence, thank you for coming to our meeting. We appreciate you doing that. And anyone else out there who, we got quite a few regulars out there. That come to our meetings a lot. The ladies, y'all know who I'm talking about. So we appreciate y'all coming to our meeting. Could I get a motion to say we go into executive session for what I just alluded to?
So moved to go into executive session.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Garvin and second by Ms. Frazier that we go into executive session for discussion of the administrative duty as allowed under the code that I just alluded to. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. The motion is carried. So next I need a motion for adjournment.